guys, go to the back. Move to the back. When it takes up at all times, obey my commands. Any questions from you? From you? Touch them up, gentlemen. Step back. Good luck and wait for the bell.
Fight number 5, Super Cruiserweight. And it might be a quick one before we can even get the names out. This one goes down on the ground. Sorry for all the delays. We're here at the Hilton for the first time, getting out the kinks. Mike Polano, Brian Paclow. I said it wrong again, didn't I? Palico. I apologize.
You know, it all sounds good. It all makes me happy. Did someone throw a punch?
Someone did throw a punch.
I honestly can't figure out what just happened. But
things are happening quick.
Well, you know what? We like action. Right?
Those of you following along at home off newbreedfighters.tv, you can go to the scorecard. It is on the website. We had 2 scratches in fights 2 and 3 tonight, so we are in fight number 7 on your scorecard, and we're on fight number 4 live. Fight number 5 live. 5, sorry, my math is very poor.
We got Jason Grant against Dan Quinones. Forgive us, guys. It's hard with the people's names sometimes. But we have the Renzo Gracie fighter on the top position right now.
Again, down to the ground and up against the cage. Donnie Caroli is our ring official, the veteran Donnie Caroli. He's been known to high kick people when he raises their hand in victory.
He reffed one of my fights as well. So he does a good job. He does a good job.
He's great. He's consistent, and that's important. Again, this is a fight with no records at all. 0-0 fighters coming in.
I think this is our last 0-0 fight of the evening, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait, no, we have one more coming up. We've had this. Here we are so far with Quinones has been using his guard. Not much action today. There was a nice punch in the beginning, but let's see if he can work a submission here. And I would think that Donnie would stand him up if it doesn't pick up a little bit.
Yeah, he's not really, Grant's not really advancing position that much. And there's another slip to the face. You know,
that, yeah.
Again, it's very difficult in amateurs. You know, you can't hit to the head, but you train all the time for it. And sometimes you slip, you get wet.
The punches do slide. They do slide. I've been warned several times. You know, they'll give warnings, but after a warning, they'll take a point.
You know what I like to look for on the ground is an active guard.
It's funny. I was just thinking the same thing.
I know you were.
We were talking about this one of the last fights we did together. Was the one thing you can't do.
Last 10 seconds ago in round number 1.
Stay on your back and just lay flat on your back. You got to move your hips side to side. You have to be active.
When you're on top and you see somebody just laying flat, what are you looking to do? I mean, do you take notice of that as a fighter?
If I have a guy who's got a very basic flat on his back type guard, I feel more comfortable because he's not threatening me by moving his hips. But the submission power comes from within the hips.
Right.
You know, that's where it is. When you see an arm bar or you see a key lock, those things are generally come from the core. It's core strength, and that's why, you know, a guy's arm isn't stronger than that. It's tough to get those submissions from just being flat on your back. You have to move your hips out. It's a grind. It's very difficult. But if I have a guy who's just going to stay on his back, I'd be more than happy to stay in the top position, whether that be side mount, half guard, mount, whatever it is, and win the fight in a dominant position by using body shots, using punches to the legs, whatever I may do.
How do you score that first round?
Oh, that's a tough one. Only because Grant was on top. I would give a slight edge to Grant out of the red at Team Combat for maintaining the top position, but it was minimal. As far as he did very little damage from that position. Oh, that's good jab. Punch of choice by Dan here is the jab. He's connecting with that jab. There's some leather getting thrown right now, Mike. It's looking pretty good, guys.
Letting it fly. Nice left stiff jab, and he just missed with a vicious right hand. And looks like Donnie's right in there, and he knows what he's doing.
Very, very close again. It seems that one of our themes of the evening is the accidental punch to the face tonight.
People get nervous.
Yeah. There's some good action there. Very nice exchange. It looked like Quinones was in a little bit of trouble there. But, you know, both guys are throwing some bombs.
And right back down to the same position we found ourselves in earlier. I'm looking for Donnie to stand this one up.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. I don't see the time indicating what's left in this round, but I think they'll stand it up. See, that's the thing again. Like, he's got to do something in order for it not to be stood up. He's got to punch. He's got to work submissions. If they just lay there, it's the inactivities. No one likes to see that. There we go. It's going to be stood up.
There we go. Good. Good call by Donnie.
He's going to check a cut. We got a point taken. Away. There's been a point taken.
What was the point taken for?
Point taken away, I believe, for punching the face on the ground. I can't verify it. Oh, there we go. There's the exchange. These guys are going at it. Mike, I'll have to check on that point. I couldn't quite understand what Don was saying. There was a point taken. This is a pretty close fight, this one. This is the closest fight of the evening, I would think, so far.
Yeah, we've had two pretty much lopsided fights and one domination.
Both guys are looking a little tired. Gotta get those hands up. 10 seconds.
Wow. How do you score that round?
Whew. This is one of those ones where I really wouldn't want you to ask me.
That's what I'm here for.
Forgive me because I'm really thinking before I answer you. I'm going to give that to Grant, but very slight. It's a very close fight. I don't know where the point was. I'm going to find out about that if I think Grant may have had a point taken away. Now, I'm saying I think. If I'm wrong, I apologize to everybody, but I got to do my best to give you what I think is going on here. If he did, that could play a major role here based upon where this fight is. Grant has done a little more damage, but at the same time, Quinones was pressing him against the cage, and that does score points. If you happen to have saw the fight with Randy Colter and Brandon Vera,
right?
That's how Randy beat him. He held him against the cage, and people thought Brandon knocked him down twice, but Randy still won the fight by pinning him against the cage. So both guys are a little fatigued.
Right?
Yep, both guys are fatigued. This might not go the distance. Good sign of sportsmanship. It's a good fight. It doesn't look like Quins wants too much of the stand-up. Just looking to line up a side kick, karate-style kick.
Ooh, and a nice right uppercut. That hurt him bad, and he lands it again.
Trouble.
That's it. That should be it.
That's it. Yeah.
There you go. Good call by Donnie Caroly.
I saw that coming. Jason Grant, he's a beast. You know, he likes that uppercut. He's a strong young man, and he there's some good punches there. That's going to be a TKO. Quins had a cut checked. He was hurt a little bit beforehand. Yeah. You could see when the third round started, he had the look that he was hesitant. You know, and when you see that in guys, you can smell blood. And I think that Grant smelled blood and said, "Boom, boom, boom. Here we go."
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 20 seconds of the third round. Your winner by way of knockout in the red corner, Jason Grant.